Hello, good morning, everybody. Happy weekend. Katrina here, and I'm back. I was just here like 3 in the morning, and I'm here again. That's how we roll, and that's how that's how committed I am for this Go Live journey. And today it will be more fun because it's not just gonna be me. I have my business colleagues with me, sharing with you guys. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm Katrina. I love what I do. I help ambitious working moms and dads make life-changing money online so that they can create the life that they truly love. And this is part of my 90-day Go Live journey. And also the go live journey of my business colleagues, business partners. Join us, as we share the daily insights, on growing a business, self improvement, and navigating the beautiful challenges of parenthood, not just motherhood. Why? Because we have special guests for today. Let us know, guys, where you're tuning in from so we know how global we are. First off, we have Mary Ann, all the way from the UK. Hello, Mary Ann.
Hello,
Everyone.
coach.
Awesome. Nice
Hello.
here. And also we have Joseph. That's why I'm including Dad on my spiel. All the way from Hamilton, Ontario. Hello, guys. Good morning. I know it's a busy morning already for us. Even if it's a weekend, you guys want to say hello to our audience?
Good afternoon from London.
Yes. Oh, afternoon there already. Yeah, you're 5 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours ahead now, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And Marianne is also a mom. Kindly give a quick background for those of you, for those who are seeing you for the first time, Marianne. Like what you
Yes.
do for work,
Hi, my
your
name is
background.
Mary Ann. Yeah, I'm a first-time mom. My daughter now is 4 years old, so she's full-time at school, and I'm back to my work now. So I'm just like while
Yeah.
also working and building my business. So that's gonna be my plan A.
Yes, there you have it. And thank you for that, Marianne. Joseph.
Yes, Coach, thank you so much. And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to everyone. My name is Joseph. I'm from Hamilton, Canada. I have a wife and two kids, young adults actually. And I am a retired IT professional from the banking industry.
Yes, and I just recently saw. I think is that your eldest who you just got his first job? Is that
Eh,
correct?
Coach, that's my youngest is now on his career, starting his new career in the industry, financial
In
industry.
financial industry as well. Like, oh my gosh, like dad, like son.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that. Woohoo! We're so proud of him. We're so proud of you too,
yes.
as a parent as well. All right, let's dive on in. I know Marianne is about to go back to her work, but I think I'm doing this topic also for my own benefit because I'm a sucker for productivity hacks, productivity tips, and we want to share with you guys, how to get it all done without losing your mind. Hacks for working moms and dads working in their careers. Maybe you're also here in the business. So we'll share with you what's working for us. We'll learn from each other. And if you're in the chat, let us know where you guys are tuning in from on the live or on the replay because we want to know how global we are. And also, if you're a busy working parent, like us, let us know like what's one productivity strategy that really works for you. Like even just like do everything. All right, so I'll have Mary Ann share first, so she can hop off anytime. Hello,
Yes.
guys. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead, Marianne. You're a busy mom. You're just getting back. You just recently went back to work. Sorry. Let them know also what you do for work, so the people will have a perspective of what you do. You're first time mom, so you're navigating this parenting world for the first time. So this is good. We have like starting. I'm on like in the middle stage, and Joseph is like on the grown children. So we're covering all the bases here. I love this. Go ahead,
Oh
Marianne.
yes. I think I
Yeah,
should.
one
Thank you, coach.
productivity strategy that you can share with them that works for you well, and maybe you can all learn from that too.
I think I should be the one learning from you guys, but yeah, I think for me, I'm still like learning about the productivity. But one thing that helped me is I involve my child with the work and tasks that I do. That's one thing that one tip that I can say is involve your children if they can, if they are able to do the task that you are doing. Like for cooking, for me, like sometimes if I have to do cook, even though like it's my husband who's the chef at home, like he's a good cook. But recently, like I've been cooking as well, so like I involved my child. I'm sorry, I think for my background, it's like I'm working as an admin in a college. So I just joined now. I've been working from home for the last 3 years. But I just joined now because my daughter is now full time at work. But I only go to work Monday to Friday when my daughter is at school,
Mm,
because I decided that I want to be a present mom.
mm.
I work Saturdays because I do it intentionally, because I want my husband and my daughter to have their father and daughter bonding time. And
Oh,
also I can work
uh-huh.
because
You
when
have your
I'm
me
home, my
time
daughter,
too.
yeah. So because when I'm at home, my daughter would just be like, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." So
Oh,
I'm I go back. I said that I can work Saturdays, so I can do some my business work when my work is not busy, and
um,
attend like watch the training and stuff like that. So
that's so
yeah,
smart.
I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for my job because it's flexible. It's not that demanding. I should say
Mhm.
it's not demanding. So that's why like I still keep it while I'm building my business, because I can do both. Who said you cannot do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're a walking testimony for that. And I remember this meme that I've seen in the past. Like, when parents are working, we're actually kind of vacationing in a way from the household,
Yes,
beautiful chaos at home somehow. So I think that's
that's
really
true.
good,
That's
making it
true.
work. Thank you for that, Marianne.
Yes.
Awesome. And yeah, so let us know if you need to go. You're free because you're able to share
Yeah, I
already.
think I have to go. I'll catch the
Yes.
replay and like because I want to learn as well from you.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I also have seen you going live doing, cooking stuff with your daughter. And I love that, involving them. Although it kind of slows down. I've just seen this yesterday, literally a reel, like, involve your children in everyday activities. Yes, it might slow you down, but maybe that's the point. And I love that. Like, oh yes, maybe they're asking us to slow down, to cherish the moment. So yeah, thank you for that beautiful reminder, Marianne. All right. See you
Thank you,
again.
coach.
Let's
See
go like
you.
Take
have
care.
a great
Take care,
day.
Bye.
Marianne.
Yeah. And of course, I think it's a good transition also coming from, like, a fresh parenting role for Marianne. For you, Joseph, I want to learn from you.
Oh my
What do you
God.
think really has worked best for you and your wife when it comes to rearing your beautiful sons? In terms of like the business of being a working parent, although now things have kind of slowed down because they're all grown up. They have their own careers, so I know it's bittersweet as well. So how did you guys make it work without losing your mind?
Yes. No, that's very good topic, coach. And we could be here all day
I
talking about
know,
this, but I
right?
have a
That's
few.
what I told you. This
I
is
have
a
a
kind of selfish, what they call this, self-serving
yes,
topic
yes.
for both of us, for all of us.
But one, there's a few things in mind. So the first thing is setting clear priorities and goals with the whole family. I think that's number one. Um, we always want to have. I'm always I'm a fond of foundation
Mm.
and fundamentals. Okay, it all starts from there.
Sorry, can you say that again? Fundamental?
I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a fond of like foundation or fundamentals. It always comes back to that,
I
and
love
that's
that.
sort of my you can call it strategy, but that's the way I based all my thinking is
Mm.
around that, right? The foundation and fundamentals. So the first thing is that, like I said, set priorities and goals with the family. I mean, that's one thing that I learned as an IT professional and also as a financial advocate. Um, I always try to teach my kids, the setting clear priorities and goals. Number two is network and work efficiently. as much as you can. Networking and like learning from others is a key to anyone's success. Now, we've heard so many times people say, surround yourself with good, like-minded people, right?
Yes.
So that's we also do that in the corporate world, by the way. And it's the same as a digital business, but in the digital business is much more. There's much more freedom in there for some reason. There's less politics and red tape, of course, right? But yeah, so that's the other thing. Number two is I would say leverage leverage multiple streams of income as much as you can. So again, this business does that for us and for the family as well. Um, and then lastly, I would say is perhaps time management, right? Time management is very, very important. We have to sort of focus on what are the priorities at hand and then deal with the ones that are. I'm not saying procrastinate, but I'm saying with the ones that are easy to uh, tackle or solve, and then move on to the other things that are a bit more difficult. I have that 2 minute guideline, right? Anything that's 2 minutes or under, you can tackle it right away. Anything over that, then you gotta refocus, and see where your time allows you to. So I think those things, and lastly is perhaps family bonding.
Mm.
That's one thing it's very hard when you're working in the corporate world, or working for like a traditional job. It's so difficult to create time with your family because you are restricted and limited to number of hours
Mm.
uh, with your family, right? So, and hence that's the reason why I think that the digital business, being your own entre- entrepreneurship, is the key to have that work-life balance.
Mm.
If I may say, that work-life balance is more tilted towards the personal life than the work life.
I love those. Oh my gosh, I kind of do. I'm taking notes. I'm holding a pen and paper here. I love that. Foundations, the fundamentals. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
just want to react to those things that you said because I think it's worth repeating for our audience as well. And I know a lot of people are relating with that, and I'm learning from those tips as well. Joseph, thank you for that. Like foundations and fundamentals, I think this also connects with your why. Like, why are you doing this? Like, making a decision. Like, does this align with my decision, with our goals as a family?
Yeah.
Like, it also, I've read it also somewhere, like if I say no to this, for example, like a work invite or invite from an event, and you're torn between that event or spending time at home with your family, and then ask yourself, like, does this align with our family, with our family goal as a whole? Like, that makes it a lot more easier, like so much easier for you to decide from there, right? And also when you said, networking, learning from other people, when you're surrounded with other parents who are actually either are undergoing the same life era that you're in right now, or have
Mhm.
gone through the same path, you can learn from them, and that is so good. Also, not just applicable in our careers as parents, our work, our business, but also learning from others. Like, we can also learn from books, from podcasts. I love books. You can be mentored by other parents who have walked the path. Like, some are faith-based as well, strategies. I have tons of books as well. Like, I like this book, listen so your kids will talk, and talk so your kids will listen, something like that. So I love those product like those parenting books that has those themes. And also working efficiently, yeah, because you learn from others as well, and leveraging multiple streams of income. I just want to dive a little deeper on this one. How do you think it it works like as a whole when you have when you have multiple streams of income as you're growing your children? How does that play a huge role in parenting for you, Joseph?
Well, I would say it takes away a lot of stressful needs, financial needs for my kids. A lot of. I mean, let's face it. Now these days, everything is so expensive, right? And whenever my kids need something, it's not that I spoil them or whatnot, but I still go back to the fundamentals again and talking about, do they really need it or do they just want it, right?
That's
So
so good. That's so good.
yeah, so having going back to the fundamentals and really trying to make them think about, you know, do they really need it or do they want it, and financially, is it really even feasible, kind of thing, right? So they had to me. I'm trying to teach them to be frugal because now these days,
Teach me that too, Daddy Joseph.
coach, you're actually doing it as we speak. I mean, I can see you. I can see that the way you're raising your kids, the way you're even showing on social media about how you take care of them, and the posts that you create. It comes back to the fundamentals that you have been brought up with, or what you actually thinking about, like your mindset, right? So to me, it's all about being grounded and
Mm,
having that
yes.
multiple streams of income. It's really not for the present, it's for the future,
Mm.
right? It's for the future. So again, I teach my kids, to be honest with you, I already taught them how to invest.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
Yes.
at I think it was 18 years old, I
Mhm.
already told them, hey, let's open up this account, TFSA and stuff, and contribute and stuff like that. But that multiple streams of income helps them as well, because whenever, whether it's their birthday or something to celebrate or whatever it is, I give them a little incentive here and there, but they use that money wisely,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Wisely, right?
Yeah.
So there's always a budget. Do they really need it or do they really want it, kind of thing, right? So needs
Mm,
versus want, you know
yeah. And
part
it's
of the
also
financial planning.
yeah, for sure. And that's your career as well. And then
Yeah,
you have the personal take on that and how you leverage on your knowledge and share that with your kids at the level of their own understanding, whatever their ages are, right?
yeah,
And also giving them that what do you call this, like one step ahead,
yeah,
um, instead of just learning these things like late in life. Right? So that's really,
absolutely.
yeah. And also like little things, because they tend to mirror, even though sometimes they don't realize it, but they're actually learning from the ways that we do things, right? And
Yeah.
I've also like opened accounts for my sons,
Yes.
originally just for like sending allowance, especially for the eldest. And then I realized, okay, I'll also open one for the second one, and I'm joint account with them,
Yeah.
so I can teach them. And also just I also bought a course for the eldest. I need to refresh him on that because he wasn't able to finish that. Like, it's from Dave Ramsey. um
Yeah.
Financial literacy as well, but
Yep.
at the level of like a high school student, because he started asking about, mommy, what's investment, how can I save. The other one is like, they're so different. The eldest is like more of a saver. He's like his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if he can spend like the least amount of money on something, he's not very fancy. And the other one, you're total opposite. Second one is like me, he likes fancy stuff. Like, so opposite with my husband as well. So we're learning from that. We're learning to navigate those dynamics. And then the other one's always asking for, mommy, what task can I do so I can earn $1 or so. So
But
I'm also learning this from Dave Ramsey. Like, his kids work on commissions, not allowance, something like that. So it's really nice that we also get involved in those things, so we can teach them financial literacy at a very young age. And also, one thing is that when you mentioned needs versus wants, but yes, of course, we want to educate them on that. Is this really needed? Is this really, or just a need or like a whim? But sometimes that also, as parents, it feels so good to just say yes,
Yes. Yes.
right?
That's okay.
Without feeling stressed about it. And that's how the multiple streams of income come into play. Because, oh my gosh, before I wouldn't be able to like do Uber Eats like almost every night. Now, even just them, especially the second one, asking for, mommy, can we have a boba? Last night, oh my gosh, I'm guilty. Sweets again. I can just say yes without like putting like, oh my gosh, how will this affect like our finances in the bigger picture? So just little things like that, right? Yeah, you want to add something?
Yeah, no, that's no, so that's a great. So when I'm hearing you, coach, you're actually practicing the foundation and fundamentals already, right?
Mm.
You're actually like,
Working hard on it.
oh, I've I've heard you talk, ways about foundation and fundamentals. So that's why I said you're already. Sometimes we don't know we're actually already doing it, and that's
Yeah,
what's
sometimes
happening
we're
with you.
too hard on ourselves. I think
Yes.
because of the background that we have, we didn't have like these foundations when we're growing. Of course, our we give credit to our parents; they just did their best based on what they know,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
I've also heard this. I've read it somewhere that our parents' ceiling is our floor, so it's
Yeah.
also the same with
Yes.
our kids, and that's so good. I was like, so that means whatever standards that we have right now as parents, we are setting the standards for our children. Whatever our ceiling is, that will be
Mhm.
the floor of our kids. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good because my son, like he's a big dreamer as well, like super bold big dreamer like I am, and I'm so grateful he got it from me. My husband, he's also a big dreamer. He's a visionary.
Yeah.
He grounds me. I think we're we complement each other. I'm the spender. He is the saver, kind of thing. And I'm realizing that when my eldest like shares like where he wants to go to college, like oh my gosh, like the universities that he wants to apply at, the conferences that he's attending right now, like wow, like he's going to like our in the Philippines. When we go to like our excursion, our field trip, we'll go to Manila Zoo, things like that. He's going like abroad, like wow. And I'm so grateful that we're able to support those activities, if not because for the what they call this, the income from the online business. And it just blows my mind sometimes that oh my gosh, we're doing this. Yes, we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
And I know for sure you also have like experiences like that, so when you meet with your financial planning clients, right?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I would recommend, coach, is start them how to learn to budget by using a spreadsheet. Just for that. And again, this is going back to the foundation, right?
Yes.
If you have a like a budget spreadsheet for them and teach them how to do the budgeting, it truly helps a lot. And you just also mentioned about this multiple income streams. I have one word for it, really, is us parents, we are providers.
Mm.
We are really providers for our family, right? And by having multiple income streams will give you the opportunity to provide to your kids future, right? So that's the one word that I'll never forget is us parents will continue to be providers for our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we're actually using this app. What do you call this? Every Dollar app by
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey. It's really
Yes.
like tracking all, like whatever
Yes.
budgeting system works for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Basically, the Every Dollar app, it tracks like where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. Like planning,
Yeah.
assigning everything, every dollar to something, so you have better control over that. So yeah, for them, they can start with listing, like my
Yeah.
second friend would actually list that out, like especially when he's saving for something, like okay mommy, this one it's actually good, like okay, Sometimes I would tell him, ask him to massage me like that, and I'll give him $1. So he would actually list that out if I have yet to,
Yes.
give him like, mommy, you owe me this. Oh my gosh, I have a debt.
Yeah. See, that's
Right?
that's
And it's
fundam-
right.
that's
And,
that's
at their
fundamentals.
yeah, at their level. So I love that. I love that. And also you mentioned about prioritization. Like we cannot do everything, right? I'm
Mhm.
just curious, like how does it work with your wife, especially when the kids are younger? Like, is there like how do you decide on something? For example, who does the, I know you mentioned in our past go lives that you're the one bringing them to sports events. So how does the dynamics in the family work when it comes to family activities, especially during the weekends where the kids are home? How do you guys manage to prioritize those kids activities at the same time, without losing your sanity? Because usually on the weekends we want also to rest sometimes, right? Just
Yeah.
parents being the normal people. you know
That's a very good question. You know, the one thing I would suggest is really to really plan it out.
Mm,
Plan it out ahead of time, and then communicate to each other as to what's going to happen this weekend,
mhm,
who's going to do what. But I did work in the corporate world when they were young, and they had a lot of activities at nighttime, which is good, and the
mm,
weekdays, and also some weekends. But going back to our priorities again, I always prioritize my kids over my work. And my boss knows that, and that's why my boss has been really good and very supportive about it, because family time is obviously important. So I was able to really not only take my kids to their activities during the weekdays and weekends, but believe it or not, coach, if it, I figured if I was going to be there every time, because I didn't want to miss, I have not missed one activity for them, to be honest with you. And that's not to brag. It's more of just to inspire others. I have never missed an activity, but since I was there with them, I volunteered as a coach.
oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, to
Yes.
coach the team. It's soccer and
Mm,
basketball. So I did that for about 10 years.
wow.
Yeah. So I figured, why watch in the sidelines where I can just coach the team
You're
and
there anyway already.
yeah, yeah. So giving back to the community as well,
That's an
right? So
exercise too for you.
yeah. So that was also my reason to my boss, and says, you know what, I'm giving back to the community. I really need to do this, right? So, I mean, he gives me the flexibility and work. Then I would work after the activity has finished. So I will work at nighttime and finish my work, right? So really planning it out
Mhm.
and communicating as to who's doing what with your spouse.
Yeah, that's a great reminder. And also before we hop on in here, so we had the Zoom with the a bigger group, right? And
Yeah.
after that, my husband was actually washing the dishes, and he was like, "Okay, tell me when you're done, so we can talk quickly." That's why I had the, I thank you guys for waiting,
Yeah.
because we have a special visitor tomorrow for the next 3 weeks. His mom, my mother-in-law. So he kind of printed out, he asked me to print like a separate 2-page like calendar for November and December, and we were planning it out. He's
There you
actually
go.
the planner, and he listed out, so this is my plan, we go here. Just and he's asking, okay, don't plan anything on this day, like, take it slow with your zooms and team meetings, because he would go with his mom, like they would
Yeah.
he would treat her somewhere. I was like, okay, sure, sure. So yeah, the power of planning and communication is key. Sometimes, even just like a 5-minute talk, like what are your plans, what's going on, like even just casually,
Yeah.
talking it out. Every weekend we do that. Like, okay, Sunday night, what's going on? And dinners are very important for us. That's a non-negotiable for us, like 7 to 8 p.m., because that's the only time we actually ask our children to be there present without the gadgets. Even the little one, he knows, like, okay, no iPad, and he would follow. Of course, sometimes they would stand up and then, no, no, just go back here. That's the time we talk as well, and then we get updated. Okay, what's going up with you? What's going on? How was your day? What things like that. And recently, I've also shared this in my past go live. So we have this conversation cards I got
Yeah.
from Amazon because I was thinking of what other activities apart from game cards that we could do over dinner, like easy like that and fun at the same time. And I got this fun conversation cards, and it's been changing the game. Like our dinners, there are like different categories. Like for example, do you think mommy and daddy works too much or too little, something like that? And you would be surprised at their insights. You think, and you will really realize that they're paying attention, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like it, right? Like, do you think mommy and daddy are earning enough? Something like that. Or do you think what makes a person, good? Are you a good person? Or what makes a student good? Something like that. From fun to really tough questions. And I love that. That's how we also know their line of thinking as well on different topics. And it's good because it's a third party, so it's personal, but impersonal because it did not come from us, so it makes it a lot more easier for them to open up. And my husband and I also answer those questions. I was like, oh, okay. And I also, we get to learn as well, like from our childhood days, because we were like, okay, answer this as if you're a high school student or as if you're like in elementary, something like that. So it's
Yeah.
really good, like really communication is key.
Yeah.
I love that.
Co-
And I love, yes.
Coach, just a side question.
Yes.
Do you teach them Tagalog? No.
Oh, so sorry. We're so bad at that. Do you? Did you?
Coach, I have no choice. My wife is
I,
a
yeah.
Guyanese, right? So
Oh, yeah.
I have no choice. So I wish I had taught them Tagalog, but no, they
Yeah,
can't
me
even
too.
understand.
I feel like I'm worse because we're both like speaking. My husband is not a foreigner. He's also a Filipino. But it because in the Philippines, both of them. Well, the youngest was too young to go to school
Yeah, yeah.
when we moved. He went to two English speaking schools,
Ah,
like even from three, including the preschool. It was a Chinese progressive school, so yes, so there, we have no choice with that. But at home, we kind of like the silly words he knows, like
okay.
the funny angry Tagalog words. He kind of knows it. But sometimes we get so lazy as busy parents, like, okay, instead of me speaking Tagalog, let's just speak in English, right? But the interesting thing is, when we moved here to Canada, that's the time that the eldest especially, got interested in learning how to speak Tagalog because
Ah,
he has Filipino
yes,
classmates. And he was
yeah,
like, okay, why do I have all these Filipino classmates? I'm here in Canada. I want to learn, Tagalog. Now they can like fragments of course,
okay.
my husband still talks in Filipino here at home. And it's funny because sometimes we were talking about them and we're in Tagalog, and we would tease them. Oh, if you guys only know how to speak
Yeah,
Tagalog.
okay.
It also comes beneficial when we talk about them, and we don't want them to know that we're talking about them. So we don't just say their names, so we can talk freely, and then we would tease them. Oh, you guys, we're talking about you, but you don't know, kind of thing. But yeah, we should have, but we do, we do as we go.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right? That's a good question. And I also like what you mentioned, like the 2-minute rule when it comes to prioritizing things. I'm also like that. I know there's a book that eat that frog, tackling the ugliest, biggest tasks first.
Yeah.
But for me, what works is also when you build on the momentum. Sometimes,
Yeah.
okay, and Mel Robbins also said like the 3, 2, 1. Don't give yourself time to think. Just do it before your mind procrastinates, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I also find it helpful. For example, I have like tons of messages sometimes. I would address first the easier ones, like the ones that I can answer with a yes or no, or just a one sentence. Because some
Yeah.
questions, they require like diving deep into the back office. Okay, what's the background of this situation again? I have to dive deep into certain emails, or I have to read back or scroll back, or I have to refer to another chat, things like that. So sometimes one question needs like a 15 to 20-minute effort. So
Yeah.
that's why sometimes I don't open my messages immediately, because when I open them, it's gone. Like I would think that I've already responded because it's already open, not just like as compared to an email. You can like highlight it again and mark it as unread, so you can go
Yes.
back to it, right? the
Yeah.
things like that. I love that 2 minute rule. And of course, I just want to put some comments here. Thank you guys. We're so fired up for this. You can see that we're in our zone because of this is a parenting, very relatable concerns for us. Mazia, hello. Hi,
And
Coach Jen. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Julieta, that's okay. Julieta. I'm learning.
Juliet.
I'm relearning how to pronounce your name. That's okay. No worries. We'll see you again next time. Stephen Ellie, hello from Michigan. Yes, family bonding is important. I'm about to go on this next one. Absolutely. Well, about this business community is the limitless learning and growth from all of you. You're welcome. We are also learning from you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Got to teach kids about finances. They don't get born with a silver spoon. Absolutely. And even if, at the end of the day, it's really not about the income, but what you do, how you manage the income that you're blessed with, right?
Yeah.
This Eileen will be meeting later. You guys are awake already. I hope maybe you're still, have a Taylor Swift hangover. I was seeing your go live, like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. I'll meet with her later. We have yet to set the time. There you go. Hey Anne, hello from Vegas.
Vegas. Oh,
Hello,
wow.
Ali. Nice to see you here. Hi, Adeline. Good morning. Congratulations. You're doing well on your Go Lives too. Awesome. And I think I just before I ask you the close to wrap this things up because we can go on. Oh my God, 36 minutes already. We can go on and on with this, right?
And there's
Also,
only the two of us.
I know. I can like talk forever with this. I like also when you said volunteer because you're already there, just kind of a bonding time also for your children, and that
Mhm.
also reminded me that I recently attended this gala for my son, like the Gatsby
Yeah.
inspired. That was actually the first time I've attended in the school. He's been there like 3 years now. Every year they do have. First year, of course, I was like, okay, what do I do there? Like, I don't know what's going on. Last year, I was about to attend. They did it at the CN Tower. It's a kind of a fundraising activity as well for the school. But I was like, I think I got sick. I was really planning to. And this one's like, okay, my son is graduating next year. I want to experience this. And I didn't know anybody because I wasn't volunteering. And I was like, people, when I went there, I didn't have any expectations. I just want to have fun as well. And I want to see the vibe as well. And then when I went there, I realized like people are like in groups already, they're chatting. I was like, oh, so they know. And then when I chatted with some of them, I've discovered that they actually talk prior, like, okay, what are you wearing? So these people know each other, like offhand already. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I should volunteer. You reminded me that because I think our sons also value that, like when they see us making
Mhm.
time, not just for them, but for the bigger community, and you kind of know more about them as well, the people that they hang out with,
Yes.
those little details. And other parents I can also learn because what I'm also realizing is because I've been working here in the business for more than 5 years now online. Sometimes you crave that personal, although we do offline meetups, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's also nice to have that side little world that's not in the online business because it also ignites the other facets of your personality as a parent, like connecting with them and learning from them. And then when you go back here in the business, you have like more to share with other parents like you and I sharing now, right? So I love that. And I was like, okay, let's do this. I want to get dressed. I want to mingle with the other world, my other world, as a parent. And it feels so good because
Yeah.
yeah, we just have fun there. And I found my people. We were like on the dance floor, like, oh my gosh, this parents are also party people. And what I'm realizing when I was actually dancing in the dance floor with this other moms who I first meeting with is that at some point in our lives, we're all just everyday people. Those are our lives before we have lives before we became parents.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not just sometimes, but we have to really prioritize that life that we have beyond parenting.
Yes.
Because when we do nurture that, we become better as parents.
Yep.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I love that realization. Like, oh, wow. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah.
So, just to wrap this things up, because again, we can go here forever. Um,
Yes.
what's at this point in your parenting journey? Oh, sorry. Before I asked that one, I realized I haven't really shared, but I only have one thing. Like, how do I often get this question, especially at this stage in my business and my parenting. Like, I have three boys, all age groups, like from 5 year old, 11 year old, and 16. So really, what I love about those is when they bond. The first one is very protective of the little one, but the middle one, he can actually relate with both. He can be silly with the youngest and silly with the eldest. So we love that. Okay, we can have this adult talk with the eldest, but we can still cuddle with the youngest, tickle, kiss, things like that. But for me, when people ask, like, Coach, how do you do? I don't know how you do it. Like, you have a huge team, more than 1,000, and you're doing the business, yes, from home, but it can be challenging, especially you have like a huge business team right now. How do you do it all? Like, how do you manage it? And I've always come across that question. And I would say, apart from leveraging the system, the platform that we have, the training, the community support, of course, we have tons of business coaches. We have amazing people who volunteer, like you, like your time, your wisdom, your background with the tech and all. Of course, people don't need to be tech savvy here, as long as they're coachable. So, apart from that, my answer would be I don't do it all. I just don't, because I cannot. I I'm so grateful that I have, and I know a lot of people. It takes a village
Yeah.
to raise children, and your village could be your husband, your spouse, your wife, or your close family, or your community. Right? For me personally, my direct village is my husband. I'm able to do this go live. I'm able to work late in the business last night because he's there. He's the one holding the fort. He is more hands on when it comes to the house. Of course, I can do whatever he does as well, but he chose to do that because that's his part of the business. We're business partner. We're team. We're a team here. I wouldn't be able to do this stuff that I do if the kids are like rowdy at the background because he is taking care of the breakfast, things like that. And that's a huge help. He does the laundry, he does the ironing, he does the marketing, the groceries. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a princess. I'm a queen. And those things are not, if they pile up, it causes stress in the relationship. If you're not open to talking about those things, like just the 4 days that the two of my boys were here at home, it kind of, all already like dampening my, oh my gosh, you get tired at some point, especially, you're washing the dishes and after a few hours, they're hungry again, especially their boys. Like, you can relate to this, Joseph, right?
Yes.
When
Yep.
they're always hungry for snacks and all. So I was like, and then when the time that I need to sit on my computer, like, okay, they're hungry again. Like, I have to go to the kitchen. Right? And so my husband, I really appreciate it when he said yesterday he would take a nap in the afternoon. He would say, do you want to walk outside? Do you want to go out? Do you want to go to the gym? Like, those little thoughts. Like, I was actually planning to go to the gym at night, but I was like, okay, here I go. Again. I wasn't able to go. I was all dressed up, and then I started responding to messages. And there you go. I got caught up in the rabbit hole. That's why for me, it's key to do the gym or, while my energy's up in the morning. And so it's like out of the way already.
Yeah.
So
True.
that's my quick answer, like quick and long answer. I don't do it all. I ask for help. Don't feel bad if you need to ask for help. Whether you need to hire a third person, like on TaskRabbit, like cleaning the house and stuff, or delegating. I also recently hired like a VA to help me with business administrative tasks like earlier this year. And it's been a huge game changer. And I have like a huge team of coaches helping us, mentors like you helping us with the team. Because at the end of the day, we cannot really do it all. We have to leverage on other people's strengths, delegating as well. So yeah, there you have it. And so just to wrap these things up, Joseph, for the parents watching this, you at this stage in your parenting season, um, if you can talk to like parents like me who still have like younger kids at home, what would be your advice for them? If you can uh, talk to also, like maybe let's do it like this. If you can talk to your younger parenting self, what would be your advice? Like, you can, or what would you say? Will you say like, you can say good job for doing this, doing that, or if you can change something, what would it be?
Uh, what I would say, Coach, is really create those bonding memories
Mm,
because you cannot get the time back. It's unfortunate. You just cannot get the time back. And I shared with you about spending time with the kids' activities and stuff like that. But one thing that I regretted was being too hard on them. Being like a coach or so, I was more focused on the discipline part,
mm,
whether they're because to me, if they're not disciplined, it's going to be a problem down the road, right? So to me, discipline was a very strong fundamental that I was instilling in my kids. And if I'm seeing that they're not following that discipline, then I'm kind of worried in the
mm,
future that they may go out astray, kind of thing, right? So
mm,
to me, uh, that was only my regret. But to me, creating that bond and those memories with your children while they're young, because sooner or later they're gonna go on their own, right?
mm,
And to me, the best thing that you can do is actually a lot of parents have asked me about this before about, oh, you know what, I don't have enough money to support my kids education and stuff like that. Well, first of all, you got to try and plan it out and invest in the right things for kids education. That's one thing. But the other thing is making sure that you're there for them and you show them the love and support that they will get from you as a parent. To me, it doesn't matter what materialistic things happens,
mm,
right, to the kids, as long as they have the love and the support from the parent.
mhm,
It is a huge win for the kids themselves, right? So to
yeah,
me, cherish those moments with your kids while they're young, or even if they're when they get old. Of course, that's bonus, right? If they, if you can do that. But the concern is, you cannot get that time back, right? Time is going, and there's no way of going back anymore, and sort of recuperate that time lost. So that's all I can say is really cherish those bonding moments with your kids and show them the love and support every day, every minute, every
every
second.
moment. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you for that beautiful reminder. And yeah, for sure. Because when looking back, like with my 16-year-old, like, what? Did I even get like enough time? You have that feeling that
Mhm.
have I given him, because like in 2 years he would go like
Yeah.
outside of the house, he'll have his
Hmm.
own world. And
Yep.
there's that fear also as a parent, like have we prepared him enough? So when I talked to my husband, like, do you have any regrets when it comes to like bonding with him? And he was actually surprised to say it, but he was like, no, I have no single regrets. I've done like, he was the more hands-on one. He would put him to sleep, like he would work on their homework, especially in the Philippines. Like,
Yeah.
the educational system there is like much stricter here in
Yeah.
Canada, right? They have
Yes.
homeworks every day, like
Yeah.
on the roll system. And like all activities, we would, bring him there. Like my husband is really hands on. He was like, I was actually surprised to say this. My husband said that I'm ready. Like I'm ready to let him go into the bigger world. Like it doesn't scare me at all. My husband said that I know I've bonded so much already with him that I'm not scared.
Yep.
And he was actually surprised to say that, like, oh really? Yeah. He was like, I wasn't really expecting that I would be saying this, but I'm ready to let him go. I'm not worried. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Like for a parent to say that, I was like, oh wow, okay.
But
That's bold. And part of me was like, where did the 16 years go? Yeah, it was so fast. And yeah, that's why we're grateful that we still have like the little ones. Um,
mhm,
but they're growing so fast. You're so true. That's the time that we cannot bring back, right? So it's
yes.
a gentle reminder for us parents to really cherish those little moments. Sometimes when we're like caught up in the, especially for working parents like us, like when little kids are like in our tugging our shirt or our dresses, like mommy, can we play? Can we play? Sometimes we get, get caught off guard, like we get
Yeah.
annoyed sometimes because we're in the middle of our zone of focus, and then here you go, really a good reminder, like, take your time because you'll never know, they will hug your shirt for the last time, you will carry
Yeah.
them to bed for the last time, you will play with them for the last time, you will give them a bath for the last time, and you wouldn't even realize it, like, because like a couple of years back I was still bathing, giving my second son a bath, and then all of a sudden this one day, mommy, it's okay, I can give myself a bath, like, where did that come from? Like, oh my goodness. Now they have, of course, they want their own privacy already. They want their own thing. Now I have to knock on
Yeah.
their door. Like, as a respect. Like,
Yeah.
now it comes as an instinct. Like, I cannot just barge in because I have a teenager already. Like, I have to knock. Like, I need to ask their permission. Like, oh my God, we're growing adults. We're growing like adults here in
Yeah.
the house. And we will get emotional. There
We,
you have it. Thank you, Joseph. I've enjoyed this. And I don't know, like I think we've enjoyed this more than our audience. Right? Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Marianne earlier. Thank you guys for tuning in here. Ruby, Mary Faye, hello. Yeah, bonding with the kids, right? Everett, thank you so much, everybody. Any last things that you want to share? Maybe it's Saturday. I know maybe we can invite them. I think we seldom do this. Me myself too. Like, what? Why are we here in the business to begin with? Right? We are parents, and we both dove into this digital marketing business for the flexibility, right? We are in different stages of our parenting journey. You still saw the potential in this, because you've made a name for yourself in your career as a parent as well, but because having those background, you know the importance of having more flexibility, especially in the retirement years, and spending more stress-free days with your grown children, of course, your beautiful wife. Oh,
absolutely.
mhm.
Absolutely. I
There you
mean, the one thing that I would say to those who, I mean, if they're watching this, they're obviously looking for something
yes.
in a way. So if you're looking for something, follow your dreams or follow your whatever it is that you're looking for. Take that step because without taking action, you're not going to get anywhere, right? So to me, I was just truly blessed when I saw your ad, coach. I was truly blessed because I was already looking for an online business um, long time ago when I had some health issues. I was already looking for online business. And when the global pandemic happened, that was the icing on the cake where it taught me a lesson and said, well, which business is the most stable business? And sure enough, during the pandemic, the global crisis, the online businesses thrived and profited. So that was sort of another um, indicator for me to
Mhm.
say, why would I invest on anything else except for the online business? And now that I want to be my own CEO and become an entrepreneur, I think the digital business is the way to go. And
Mhm.
there's so many reasons why. And I just followed my dream. My dream was to have more freedom, more flexibility for my family and for myself, right? And less
Yeah.
stressful to be less stressful in life. So that's really what made me decide to go into this, because I knew, and I was just sharing this with Ariane last night when we had our go live, and she exactly mentioned, we're both from IT background, right? IT
Yes.
professionals. And coach, I was so inspired by her, and I was so amazed about her story and her journey of how she immigrated here to Canada, and only 2 years ago. So,
Mm,
but she had mentioned that, and the same thing with me, that she didn't think about twice about this digital business because she knew that
mm,
automation was the key to go into this digital business, because she already knew, and that's the same thought that I had. That's why my doubtfulness or my skepticism was not as big as others, because I know the potential of this automation and technology to support to support this business. So that's really all I wanted to say, coach. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Joseph. And I think that also becomes that also validates our our decisions. We've been here for a while, and when people from backgrounds like you, like Aryan, like in the IT industry, have that huge belief because you know where the trend is going. Like you're in the IT,
Yeah.
people. This is the way people are going, and it just reaffirms our decision. Like from years back, like, oh my gosh, these people, they have the belief is there because they know this is the where things are going, like especially in this age of technology, AI, right? So
Right.
thank you for that. Right, awesome. Thank you again, Joseph. It's been a pleasure. I love
Yes,
this. We can go on and on
we can go for hours.
for hours here because this is a huge, beautiful topic for everybody as
Yeah.
well. Feli, such an inspiring conversation. I have been a stay-at-home mom for the past, wow, 24 years. That's the hardest role in the world, I would say. And so relatable. Now my eldest is already working. Oh, my second child is almost done in college, and my third child is still in high school. Time flies really, really fast. So yeah, we have to slow down and cherish the
Mhm.
moment. Hug my boys after this go. Right. So marketing, creative industry. Yes, exactly. Marketing, and also I've been in the TV industry as well.
Mhm.
Like my husband and I were just talking because before we would have this huge uh, vans, trucks. We used to work with GMA7 in the Philippines, and now people are actually downsizing. Like they have like phones already for videos and of course for audio. So they're laying off people as well, reassigning them. Like, oh my gosh, we're just so grateful that we have the advantages right now in our technology, right? And we know where the trend is really going, right? So again, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see that, Joseph, but a lot of people are still tuning in. Thank you. We appreciate your support, and we're
Yeah.
excited for our next go live.
Thank you.
Next,
Yeah, I'm looking
Joseph.
forward to it.
Yes, and of course, I'll see you in our Christmas party,
Yes, I
second
will
week
be there.
of December. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, Joseph, thank you, and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
And
you.
if you find value in this, comment value so we know if you can, if you like this topics like this, then we can continue doing this. All right. Bye for now. And yeah, you can check our website there, watch the info session, and see what we're doing online. We're having fun. We're sharing value to you guys. All right. Bye for now. Thank you,
Thank
Joseph.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
coach. Bye.
Thank you.